Okay, this is a video if you decide to do the paper option for Never Let Me Go. So first things first, I just want to go over theme and motif with you, just to give you a little bit of a refresher. So the idea for this paper, let's just start with the basics. I want it to be an MLA format, and that's MLA 8. And I also would like one quote, just one, and 2 to 3 pages total, okay? Now I understand that this is not ideal for a paper project, but if you did choose a paper option, that means you probably are experienced with writing and you know what you're doing. So I don't have any worries about that. What I do want to go over is theme and motif. So what you're going to do is, let's just erase this here. You're either going to choose a theme to explore or motif. So let's start with theme, okay? Now theme, you can go back to a PowerPoint, which I'm going to share with you. It is a abstract concept, broad enough to cover the entire literary text. Okay, now if you think back to when we learned about theme, know that it is not a single word, okay? So when we're thinking about theme, we talked about, let's look at this example, okay? So I'll use purple. Let's say we want to start with a topic, right? Remember we did a topic and then we kind of made this chart and then we said theme? And I made you come up with some words that came to your mind when you thought about a text. So let's say for Never Let Me Go, I'm gonna come up with one right now, okay? So one thing that we kind of see with Kathy narrating through the whole text is she's very nostalgic, right? Now, nostalgic means that you're reflecting on the past. So we kind of talked about a few different things going on with Kathy. You know, she becomes a carer before she becomes a donor, and she's constantly reflecting on her time at Hailsham. So if I'm thinking of nostalgia, maybe I want my theme to be looking back on the past. Okay, notice I didn't use a single word, and I didn't even use the word nostalgia in my theme. Now, I'm pretty sure this theme is in your PowerPoint, but what you can do is if you choose theme, just choose one. It's not going to be easy to write about multiple themes in a 2-page paper. So please pick one, and I need you to find evidence of where you see this. Now, let's say you are going to focus on hope or despair or something along those lines. My advice would be go in chronological order. So don't tell me about someone giving their donations or harvesting their organs at the end of the book and then jump back to the beginning when Tommy's playing football and gets bullied. It doesn't make sense, okay? So make sure you're going in chronological order. Another thing is when you are doing theme, make sure you are completely representing both the characters and the plot. Okay, so I think with theme it can get a little confusing because maybe you want to focus on Kathy. Kathy is nostalgic, but so is Ruth and so is Tommy. Especially Tommy because he and Kathy are always trying to find the truth of something, right? Okay, so theme. Choose one quote, okay? We're going to move on to motif. And I don't really have an eraser, so this is just not ideal, but I do have my makeshift classroom here. Okay, so motif, I need to pull my information up real quick. And I also linked this in the PowerPoint as well. So if you go down to the end of the PowerPoint, you have a Prezi for motif. I didn't make it, but it sums up what we need to know. So I linked that there for you. So motif is a recurring element with symbolic meaning. Now, yes, the word symbolic is in here, but it is not a symbol. So we'll say motif. Okay, so an example of motif, you could have color, a person, a place, or a thing. Okay, so we discussed two types of motif with Never Let Me Go. One was Ruth's pencil pouch, and the other was the cassette tape from Judy Bridgewater's Never Let Me Go, Songs After Dark. Okay, now what I want you to know is there are other motifs in this novel. Place, there's one place we talk about a lot, and that would be Norfolk, England, okay? If you decide to do a motif and you're like, I don't really know if that's a motif, maybe I should ask Miss Wilson. Ask me, and I can approve it, okay? But most of the time, if it's contributing to the text in some way, it's symbolically reappearing, that would be motif. Now, the difference between motif and symbol is that motif has symbolic meaning, but it's not a symbol. Okay, if you read the Scarlet Letter and she has the A on her chest, that would be a symbol. Okay, so make sure you know the difference between the two before you start going in and doing that. Okay. One last thing about motif. Okay, motif is going to help emphasize the other literary elements in the text. Okay, so let's say place, and we did Norfolk, England. That is helping emphasize the fact that they have all their lost things go there, right? Well, what else are these characters losing? Their organs, their friends, their home, okay? There are so many things you can make connections with to that. So remember, 2 to 3 pages, MLA format. I will have you turn it in to turnitin.com, okay? If you have any questions, just email me and everything will be fine, okay? Good luck. I miss you guys, and I hope to see you soon.